automated lots of processes for fraud. And that then gives our advisors time to really deal with the value add activity with customers on the phone rather than filling in forms or updating accounts and things like that. One of the fraud processes that we have, if somebody's account has been hijacked by a fraudster, we want our advisors to be talking to the customer and reassuring the customer rather than going through some batch type processes that, in order to put things right. And that's what they spend their time doing. And they'll pick a few drop-down options from an intranet form, the robotics. We do actually call them robots as well, and we have 30 of them now, and we do actually call them robots, and they're all called Dennis. All of them, Dennis 1, Dennis 2. So the robot will pick up this intranet form and it will set up new accounts, put the credit limit back to the way it should be, put the account in the exact right status it was in at the point of hijack, and obviously remove any purchases that weren't made by the customer, and anything else that we want to do. So that is all done on an automated platform, allowing the advisors to actually speak to the customers, do the reassurance and all that, the things that you want them to be spending time on. That's just an example. We also manage things like credit limits. We've got some really sophisticated scoring engines now, and we can quite quickly spot that there might be a population of customers who are maybe a little bit more vulnerable at a certain time, and we can very, very quickly through Blue Prism, through the automated platform, manage those credit limits as we want to. We might say, well, there's 15,000 customers here or 20,000 accounts that we feel we need to manage the credit limit, in terms of vulnerability, and that can be very, very quickly done through the automated platform. We do things like, we are, as an online retailer, our unique selling point is that we actually offer a credit facility as well, and we quite often have customers who will make purchases and then call us post-purchase and say, actually, that order that I've placed, I'd like to change the terms of the order. I added it to my account, but I want it on extended terms, or I want to put it on buy now, pay later, or probably terms you're familiar with, and we do all that through an automated platform. So there's lots of different things that we do, lots of different types of processes. I think a good point that was raised earlier as well is that we don't necessarily look for a massive win in terms of FTE. They're the low-hanging fruit, they're the things you look for at first, but as we've got quite sophisticated at this now, so if we're going to save 1 or 2 FTE, but it's actually going to allow more value-add activity for the advisors, then that's a big win, your customer journey and things like that. So small incremental change is absolutely fine. There's benefits other than kind of the FTE reduction. So I think your low-hanging fruit you look for at first, that's where you get your big bang for your buck. But I also believe that there's an awful lot of mileage in looking for the kind of more non-tangible benefits as well, because eventually, customer retention and things like that, if you're doing something that improves the customer journey.